Today's video is about Mullet, but before we talk about Mullet, we're not going to give you too many details, but this here is Cream Puff's replacement. You know we were going to have to replace Cream Puff, and why not replace it with another S10? This S10 is a first gen, kind of like our silver truck. We're going to paint this truck at some point, and of course we're going to put some wheels on it. And we want to get you guys an opinion. What color do you think we should paint this truck? And do you think we should do black or polished and chrome wheels? I'm a big polished chrome wheel guy myself, but some colors do look good with black. So put in the comments below what you guys think we should do for wheels and the paint for color on Cream Puff's replacement. Now, back to today's video. Today we're working on Mullet. As you guys saw in the last video, we got on the ground and it's rolling. Basically it looked like a jungle gym. There's a bunch of bars welded together and kind of hard to even make out, to be honest, if you don't know what you're looking at. But now we're working on the sheet metal to close all the compartments, from the firewall to the floors to the sheet metal compartment going up the back, so we can get the entire compartment closed out and get this thing where it's a real race car. But when we do this, especially on these higher end builds, we use two materials that are extremely light, but yet extremely strong. One, titanium, and one is carbon fiber. And we're going to show you how we fabricate those and why they go where they go. Okay. I gotta trim a little bit more. I don't know if we got to. And then we'll slide in. Please slide that off the south.
Passenger seat, brother, come on.
Gonna get in there.
Potential.
George, you better check it out.
Yeah, George, we're gonna pour you over there.
Nothing in there.
Looks really comfy.
Plain old garbage.
This looks great, real comfy. All right. So put my gear on.
Yeah, I gotta back it up. So you got.
Oh, you know what? We got lots of headroom.
Yeah. Oh wait, did we bring my helmet? No, we didn't bring my helmet.
I got. What size helmet do you wear? I got a brand new one.
It's a triple X.
I wear an XL. I got a big head.
Feels mine.
All right. Taylor, will you grab my helmet? That new one that's in the office.
Are you trying to set these?
Yeah, I just want to check that. Yeah.
Last thing that noggin needs is another bump. I'll tell you that.
All right, so today we're out here at the new CJRaceCars headquarters. As you guys know, we got the shop done not very long ago. Still got to do the build out in the shop, but we're also building our house here. We have a little over 7 acres, so our house and shop will be on the same property, which is ideal for us because right now we have a pretty far drive to work, and it's actually closer for most of the guys to drive here than it is to the shop. So with that being said, we got Glenn here from Dream Custom Homes. He's the one building our house. And he also has a YouTube channel, Southern Chaos. He does a bunch of car stuff. That's how we met him, racing and everything else.
Yes, racing, but this is the main source of income for those race car parts, just to get back to camera.
Yeah, true. You got to have another job because race cars are not always cheap. So got to have another source of income. But yeah, we got the slab going. This thing's coming together super quick. I mean, we had been talking back and forth about doing a house for years. Yeah, and we finally pulled the trigger just a few months ago, and it's flying. It's coming together super quick, and super excited about it. Really excited. Always wanted to build a house, and glad we're finally doing it.
Yeah, I mean, overall the pad's done today. We should have block sitting on the slab hopefully in a week, and maybe start having some 10-foot walls here in about 2 weeks tops to actually get the full elevation of what actual Cameron here is building. But the square footage and everything else, I'll let him go over that on his channel.
Honestly, we're going to do a little bit on this stuff on our channel, but if you guys want to see more detail, he'll probably post on his channel. So yeah, go over to Southern Chaos, subscribe to his channel, and he'll probably go into more detail. Yeah. If I explain to you guys what's going on here, you'd have less of a clue than I do, which would not be ideal. I'll keep to showing you guys race car stuff. Glenn will show you the house coming together.
Works for me.
Ah, man.
Bro, every time we come out here to the shop, I try to tell you, you gotta have your boots on. That's why I wear my brunts every time I'm out here. I wear my tennis shoes in the shop, but when you're out here on these job sites, you gotta have your brunt work boots. You gotta have the boots. Even Glenn, look at Glenn. We gotta get Glenn some brunt work boots. Brunt is the sponsor of today's video. Brunt has been a long time sponsor of the channel. You guys know the deal. These are the boots that I wear anytime I need boots. They're heat, oil, and slip resistant boots. Super comfortable from the day you put them on. one of the best things about them. And if you're not happy with them, you can even return them. But you won't. You'll like them. You'll be happy, and you'll keep them forever. If you haven't already tried a pair of Brunts, go get you a pair of Brunts. I'm telling you, you'll like them. If you're looking for any super comfortable workwear, make sure you check out Brunt Workwear. Just click the link in the description below to get $10 off your first purchase today. Just use code CJRace10 at checkout. Thanks, Brunt, for sponsoring today's video.
Yeah.
That's what caused Cameron to get such a big head.
A few bumps for sure. Billet body. And it has a titanium spin.
Yeah, that's crazy how it's all
It's just pressed in from the back.
one piece
So-
right there.
That's a pretty piece.
I have not seen that yet. That's sick.
Wow.
And if you remember, we talked about on Mullet with Jamie, or on an Eagle with Jamie Miller, that this lower arm flexes. Well, now it's built aluminum, so this will not flex and be any issues. So that's really nice.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Feel good there?
Yep.
Top looks good.
Yeah, you should be good to hop on. We'll bag this thing up.
Bag this thing up.
Bag it and tag it.
So Brian, is doing the seat pour for Cleetus going to be similar to doing the seat pour for Jack Stand?
It will.
We'll test it the night before.
It will be. Put the pads in. We got measurements. We're already this far along on this one.
Like the hottest event of the year.
But yeah, it's it'll be very similar. You'll see as we bag it in. I already cut some parts for this thing because I know, like from his last pours, like kind of how he fits. So I was able to pre-do some stuff before he got here. But yeah, now we could do the final measurements here. And
Yeah.
I mean, we have the final measurements, so now we can
We're gonna do it.
go ahead and bag it up. And then once he leaves, I'll finish it up and add a little more to the head padding on the right side. The left side we'll probably leave. It has 1.5 inches on the left side, so we'll probably leave that kind of the way it is.
All those on the website.
Get these out of my way so I can pour.
Do a second round with like,
Yeah, well, there you go.
It was sitting in a little.
that's a bad stop. There's hold on that, it's full. It's actually a perfect point of some stuff deep. Go ahead. Go on, 3 feet.
The temperature being a little different today.
Feel like gray it is.
Yeah.
That's just from it, this time of year they seem to turn gray for whatever reason, but it needs to be the dark gray before we ever put the part B in it. So give us a note for like a minute. Temperature, you're going off the temperature. It's a little, it's about just as warm in here as last Sunday when we did, or 2 Sundays ago, whatever, a week ago when we did James. But this kit for in Cameron's office, and Cameron's office is like icicles. He blames it on the AC unit not working, but I think it's just because his office is over there, and that's why it's hotter over here. But yeah, that's this kit's a little cooler than like James was the other day. So yeah, we'll end up going in. I'll have him lean forward, and then we'll get it poured in there. And
So with the temperature being cooler, is it going to see a faster seat time as far as curing?
no, it still goes. It just doesn't go off as quick. I mean, you're talking, maybe a minute difference, if that. So you'll still see a rise like the other one did.
After you do a drag and drive and lumberjack, that you don't ever want to do it with anything else.
It's true.
Oh, that bench seat, right?
Exactly. Vintage seat life.
Dude, drag and drives and lumberjack are like heaven compared to all
It's
of
just
our.
like you're hanging out for the week.
It's the best.
I mean, unless it blows up.
Yeah.
But they
Unless
Doesn't happen often.
Then you're just hanging out with an engine in.
you gonna do sick week with this or with
I don't know.
someone's got to go 5 with the radio on.
Yeah.
Rep close.
Yeah,
That'd be a big one.
Big ass.
Yeah.
I would love to go do a sick week in this. We just gotta see.
Yeah.
There you go. Smart.
Oh, I can't get on you, bud.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Just wrong, man. Just wrong.
Dude, the headers are sick.
Yes.
Sick.
So that's gonna be the passenger in here, huh?
Well, we're hoping to set it up for ride-alongs. Make hits in it.
Jeez, that would be sweet.
Take people to 200
So you,
for 200.
so you ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
So remember, we're just gonna lean you forward. I'll pour down your back. I'll step
Yeah.
away. We'll come back. We'll lift you up,
That's it.
and then get underneath you.
Got it,
Bring it
brother.
forward.
I'm locked in.
Hey, we're ready.
How do you feel about that, Cameron?
I like it. We need to put some more stuff over here if you're gonna do that.
Couple more bars.
Yeah. Maybe a better headrest or some other stuff.
Yeah. Be a good idea.
200-mile-an-hour headrest.
Ooh.
Go lean forward.
This kid's probably gonna be a little for him. What?
Yes.
Your hands on,
Bring
right?
yourself up just a little bit.
Yep.
Let's sit in it. And on the steering wheel.
You're nestled in there, bud. Pushing you up?
Yeah, like picks you up out of the seat.
Did you push yourself down there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm against the seat.
Gets so warm so fast.
Exothermic reaction, dude.
Size of.
Is his arm gonna be right here with that stuff?
Oh yeah, we'll trim it up.
Okay, all right.
Cool. It's hot over here.
It is hot.
Can you get us some waters?
You're working too hard, man.
This guy's killing me lately.
I know. All these floors.
What are you over here doing? All kinds of stuff.
Don't move, dude.
Don't move. Don't move.
Look at me. I'm freaking still as our feet.
So to the driver, probably not because the car's lower, but actually to the engine they're lower.
Yeah,
To the driver, they're probably higher.
Can't take it down.
yeah, look
Can you see all right?
Okay.
dude. I mean, Leroy's turbos were
Yeah.
literally.
Right in the way.
I remember pulling in that trailer that night when you put them. I think you did that too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We were putting in the trailer that night, and I was like, I can't see shit.
I might have messed up.
That's what I thought. And then the
Yeah.
daytime, I was like, it's doable.
Yeah. Dude, what did it weigh before? Like, what did it weigh at World Cup last time you raced it?
3,500 pounds. But that was the weight we had to beat at.
What does it run like with no weight? What did it weigh?
That was it, but no weight.
3,500?
Yeah, that's what it weighed.
Holy crap.
Wasn't
It did have.
Oh,
a
with the
lot.
carbon though, we got down to 3,350 with all the carbon doors, carbon front end, all that.
That's with you in it?
I was a James in it. I was like 34. I'm about 50 pounds heavier than you. 40 pounds.
I bet it's at least 700 pounds lighter, 600 pounds lighter.
I can't wait to go race it with no weight on.
Yeah. It should go fives.
$5.99 with a
That would
9.
be sick. They could go fives, dude. Mullet.
That's sick.
I'm sure it will. I mean, look how easy Eagle did it.
Eagle makes a little more power.
Eagle fell into the 580s.
That's what I'm saying. That's like
Yeah.
that was effortless.
I know.
Out of gear at like
Not
9.
even close.
Out of gear. Yeah.
Couple thousand more horsepower, though.
Yep.
This thing's still got to make what 30,
It'll-
35 at least, right?
This is a 3,000 horsepower cell.
3,000.
It's about all it's got. Toasty. Thank
Well, we're gonna check you one more time after we trim it. So, but you could unsuit if you want.
George, what's your opinion?
You got a color from I really like that purple. Oh, purple would be. DCO purple? That like that purple? I don't know if I'll put purple.
So Brian, I saw that you had an idea that you were maybe gonna do on Jack Stan's car too.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put I'll roll either put it on the carbon because it gets carbon panels here.
No, I had it.
We'll put a foam to that, and maybe I'll put a piece of aluminum here and go down with it so we could do a little pad so that he could rest his leg against it, and also in the event of an accident,
His side.
if he hits something, his leg doesn't whack the tube.
Oh, you may not even need a seat for.
Wow. Wow. It ain't no lumberjack. It ain't no lumberjack. But it will be nice.
So when you get your seat partner, you're gonna be ignited better.
I'm filling this baby up already. You know, maybe a little around the hips.
I got the 3D pan more or less made. Once I lay the tab, center piece of carbon back here, I'll actually go in and mark the tab itself, and then I'll do some kind of contour or something to get rid of a lot of this extra material right here, but I leave it long just so I've got enough to reach out past the tab so that it overlaps the carbon that's going to be underneath the drive shaft behind the transmission here.
When you are making a hole that is close to where a joint is being made, before you lay out your holes in your sheet metal and drill them and do all that, make sure that your hole is not lining up. Jeez, dangerous on here.
Throwing stuff at me.
Make sure that your hole does not even touch that weld and actually get away from it a little bit, because that's what we call non-drillium. It's like hard. You will not drill it with a drill bit. So if you've cut your hole, drilled your hole already in this for where you want to put it, and then you go up here and you find out that hole is like here, never going to drill it. And now you're screwed. So what you do is you back it up a little bit, but also you got to take in mind that if you don't back it up far enough, when your drill bit goes through, it's going to hit this tube, and the instant that drill bit hits that tube, it snaps the drill bit off, which is not a problem if it goes in there, because all you do is take a little punch, put it on the drill bit. If you can't grab it, and just bang it, knock the drill piece inside the tube. It just stays there. But you want to get it back far enough that you can do it. Now me, I got that hole closer than I wanted to. I should have had that hole back here, because now when I use a screw in that hole, I'm going to have to custom make a screw that's only about that long. But it's going to go in and it's going to hit this tube before it gets tight. It's a mistake on my part, but you won't ever see it because you're just going to make a real short screw. But over here, see, I've got a little farther away, and now it barely, it would hit this tube, but it would have to go in about that far before it hit the tube. But when you're drilling it, you got to be very, very cautious as you're going in, that when it goes through, the drill bit doesn't go in, because it'll hit that, like I said, snap drill bit right off. You do that a few times, you'll remember not to do it.
know how you want to do that. Because you won't need the Zeus across here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So even if you just deleted those and then ran the plate out that far, like whatever that distance is to the end of that hole, to shorten that plate that much. Because you're still over center on that
Yeah,
crosswalk.
yeah.
For one month.
Yeah,
I agree. Does that make sense?
yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
I'll lay it out on the 1 inch.
Yeah.
An inch here, an inch there, and then try to work it out.
I like it.
And then silicon bronze it.
Actually did make this panel, but we're trying to get it trimmed in right now. And figure out the plan for the other side, because the other side's gonna be a little bit different than this side because of the driver's seat. It doesn't get carbon underneath of it. So it won't have Zeus holes. It'll probably have either tabs on the other side and the front, which we'll show you guys in a minute, or it may have this overhang and a step, but with smaller holes for 632 screws. So we'll see. We don't exactly have a plan for that. We're trying to get these few pieces that I stuck in there yesterday dialed in. Taylor's going to tack them, and we'll get this trim to put in, and then we'll probably go over there and get a game plan on the driver's side floor pan.
Something as small as possible so I don't waste anything. This stuff does not like to bend. Alien material. From Roswell. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Some of you will have no clue. It's not going to bend that. I don't know why I even try. That extra is on purpose, in case anybody thinks I didn't follow my pattern. Plus 1/16 of an inch. pretty close. Real easy to get crazy with this and bend way more than you want to bend. You can take some of the bend out, but you don't think you're doing anything. But when you have these many little bends, they add up. Close.
It started from a cardboard
Look
temple.
at this.
Cardboard temple. It's crazy.
Little luck never hurts.
Skill. Danny's got skill. Luck does help though, but skills.
There's a little luck involved with this too.
Have you decided how much of the car is going to be carbon as far as the floor goes?
So normally on our normal car, we do the driver's side floor has to be steel or titanium per the rules. The firewall either has to be steel or titanium. Obviously for both those we do titanium because it's between a firewall and a floor maybe 10 pounds lighter. So again, it adds up quick. The reason you don't want aluminum or carbon or anything on the driver's side is if there's a fire or a piece of something exploding coming through the bottom or anything like that, you want to protect the driver. Again, that's the most important thing for sure is driver safety. Passenger side and the center of the floor is going to be carbon, except for the very front piece will be titanium, which is how we do all of our cars. And as you go back, we stack the sheet metal or carbon from back to front. That way the overlaps go backwards. That way no wind can catch the panels as the car's going down the track and try to rip the panels out from underneath of it. It'll make a lot more sense once we start getting some of these panels in, which we're working on some of them now.
This side's behaving really, really good. This side, not as much. Oh, I know why now. I know exactly why.
He used the left-handed brake, the right-handed brake. Danny.
Thought I was gonna be able to get away with not doing tipping brake, but I guess not. That's a real seat of the pants deal.
Was there a step that was missed, Danny?
No. I figured I was going to have to tip it a little bit, but the cardboard pattern, it does a lot of stuff. It lays anywhere you want to put it. When you make it out of metal, the metal doesn't give. So what fits with a cardboard template doesn't always fit perfectly with the metal. So you gotta work it. People wonder how you can draw a line straight or curved around and make it look straight. It's all with this. You rest your finger against that edge, and then you take this, your thumb and whatever, and you make the marker fit your line. And then all you do is just get comfortable with it and just drag it line. That's how you do it. It's not no big deal. You just have to make sure you don't have a razor sharp edge. You're not putting very much pressure. You're barely touching it. But you've got those dots there to kind of give you something to go by. And you just drag it right along. And that's close enough for what we're working with. Like that?
So awesome, Danny.
Breaking it here as you are here. It's going to be different here and here compared to here.
What do you mean?
I'll show you. Actually, I may wind up having to trim some of this. I'm not sure. Depends how it. Before I do this, I may wind up cutting some of this off. Here, I'll cut nothing. And here, I'll cut up into here where my thumbnail is. And then here, then I'll bring it right back down to nothing. Because I want this to lay on this tube.
Flat?
And if it's down like this, and see it's overhanging the tube. I want that to be like this. But now if you were to drill your hole right here, you drill a hole through this, and this would not be touching that. But if you bend this up, like we do these, now it touches the tube here versus here, because what you did was, this is what you had before, that's what you'll have now. You've got an area that's flat to this on the tube, so you can drill your holes and holds it down. So that cardboard pattern you see didn't really show that, but this does. So it's not the end of the world yet. It is the end of the world if you do it here and you realize you need to do it here, because now you take that piece of metal and just throw it away and get a brand new piece. Because once you've made this line, you can't take it away. So this is where things get a little on the tricky side. Even with the top of this, even with the top of this, you want that all to be in line. So that's why you got to make sure this top is going to stay on that line, no matter what. That is there. You set your gaps between here and here. Make sure your gaps are the same on both sides and pretty close to what you have here and all that. You want to keep them looking a little consistent. But I'm going to have to cut some of this back.
Is that why you left some excess here?
I didn't leave excess.
Okay.
The cardboard laid in there where it looked like it might lay in there really good. Well, that's what I'm saying. Cardboard lays in really good sometimes, but sometimes when you make it out of metal, the metal does what it does. So you've got to work with it. Right now, if you push down on this, the top of that tube is up here where my thumbnail is. My fingernail, way up here. Well, I don't want that big of a break. I only want a little over a 1/4 inch. So wherever the top of that tube is, then I got to measure down my little over a 1/4 inch, and that's where I got to reshape it. So one way I can do that and get an idea right where I need to be, if you take a piece of aluminum and let's see how I'm going to do this. If all these tubes were the same size, it'd be a lot easier. If there was, all you have to do, I'll show you what I mean. If this was 1.25 inches and this was 1.25 inches and everything was the same and you're laying a piece of metal on, all you do is take a piece of aluminum and just scrape it. You made a line. That's the top of whatever you're doing here, and the line up here is the top of that. So, but that's not the case here. This is down here. So now you've changed where the mark is going to be on this one. So sometimes it doesn't make a good mark. Sometimes you can see it in the light a little bit and you can make a mark with your marker. But in this case, that's the mark here. But in reality, since that tube is down, since that plate, that piece of sheet metal is down here, this mark is going to roll up. Exactly where it's going to roll up, I'm not sure. I think it's probably roughly in that area right there. And one way I can kind of tell that is, I'm just guessing at this now. This is just nothing but previous experience kind of making me think that's about where it's going to be. That's where it's touching now if you do this, but in reality, it's probably about here. So that is about where I want the end. So what I got to do is kind of make a mark somewhere where I can see it. Now, let me see something. This is a little bit of guesswork. Worst thing I can do is mess up this piece of metal and have to do another one, which I hate doing, but it happens. What you want to do is make this height equal to this, so it doesn't look like this goes along and then this jumps up. So you kind of make sure it kind of follows with it. It will never touch here. The reason why these are notched out is if you break this up and you break this up, one of them, when you break this, when you go to break that one, it's going to push that one down. Titanium is really bad about it. If it was steel, you could probably form it around and do some things. With titanium, it doesn't really like that. And what I can do is I can take, when this is all done, I can take a piece of aluminum and put it down in here and just bang on it with a hammer a little bit and kind of form it. But it doesn't like to do that. So we just notch the corner. We're done with it. Now I'm up high enough. What I need, I can't take off, I can take off a little bit more right here and a little bit more right here. And that little bit makes all the difference in the world.
Aluminum, correct? To be underneath the carbon.
I mean, we could step it or we can just lay it up there. It doesn't have to be stepped.
You know? Will the sides still fit?
I've never stepped it.
A little more sanding, and then I'm gonna take the thing.
About like this?
Yeah, I've never stepped it.
No? Yeah. They need to be stepped.
Hey, there's still plenty back here that I can
This is kind of what we were explaining earlier. You can see he's got a lip back here, and it'll be stepped down so the carbon slides into that so it doesn't catch any air. You don't want the panel dripping off the bottom.
This has got to get broke up a little bit, but it's on a curve. So what you do, we have these things called tipping rollers. And you kind of start it and just lift up on the metal. You may have to go through it a couple times.
And then everything else is running back up. And this is not running. Well, rain or rain.
And you can see it pulls it up a little bit, but I wasn't pulling very hard. So we're going to go over and see how this seems to want to fit.
And he was telling me yesterday, he said he's out the point right now, which I don't know how close you are to him, but he was telling me yesterday he's at the point where he don't give a fuck. If it takes 2 hours to practice to drive, I just want to race. So we made it a race car.
Big difference in how it's sitting on the pipe, huh, Danny?
No, it's sitting pretty good.
Like in my position, listening.
It needs to be
on what they're doing. It's funny to see how like multiple people are approaching the same
a
goal.
little more.
Because that's where.
Not so much here. This, when you do that, it tends to want to take this bend out a little bit. So you got to kind of put the bend back into it. And just lift up. I don't want to lift up so much there as I do down through here. See, I bent it quite a bit more. So let's go see.
Is it the curvatures that's making the metal so temperamental, Danny?
It's you're fighting two different angles, yeah. Aluminum will do this like nothing. Steel doesn't do it too bad. Titanium does not like to get bent. But you gotta force it. It's better. I'm gonna wind up just probably hammering this edge down a little bit, which not a problem. Now it's starting to conform without me hardly pushing it. See, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's why we're quick. It's not that much. My dream as a kid, we were like that. It was like, I want to build a whole car, but it's just weird.
Well, the other issue we run into too, bring somebody in and then teach them the way to do it, and all of a sudden you figure. So now, that's another part of it, because you're trying to build a business model based on the staff you have, but you have over for another 6 months because they run how to well.
That's not lined up for a reason. If I line it up with that one, I'm going to be in trouble close to that weld, and it's also going to be more likely hit before it gets as deep as it needs to be. So I'm going to have to sacrifice that little bit of cosmetics right there. About 5.5, 2.5. Yeah, let's put it 2.5. Yeah, it's a moment of truth. hold this for me. One more. No, this drill bit's not dull at all. It's sharp. Here, we're gonna lift. I'll pull this one out.
Then we gotta pick the front end back up and level it out.
So real simple.
Trying to get a couple of tabs in for this back piece of titanium that Cameron has already made, just so I can have it located somewhat solid and figure out exactly how big of a piece of carbon I need. Because we've incorporated Zeus tabs into the panel instead of welding tabs to the chassis. We'll use these, put the springs on this side, and then the carbon will lay up against it so the air flows over nice, and there is no chance of air getting in between this and the carbon. I'll get the tabs for this put in, I'll get the carbon, a good template for the carbon. I'll stamp the carbon out, drill it, have it somewhat solid, and then I'll move over either to the center or to the driver's side. This got a hold on it?
You said you're gonna put like.
Is it not gonna go all the way?
No, it is. It is. I'm gonna run it out. It just didn't because
Yeah, no, that's what I was
I
saying.
didn't realize my template was doing that.
I didn't know if it needed to go farther than that.
I'm gonna run it out. That's barely grabbed by the lid.
So it's gonna go farther this way or this way?
No, it needs to come out.
Okay, so it's long enough this way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. This just barely is under the lid.
right.
This will be the main piece of carbon.
Yeah,
For the
this
passenger
is gonna,
side.
This is gonna go under the passenger side floor, where this is the passenger side floor. So it'll go all the way from that titanium piece in the corner, all the way to the number 1 bar at the main hoop underneath the George's butt in the seat. I don't know, I'm trying to talk Cameron into building a floorboard. You know, maybe something removable, quick and easy, light. That way George can put his feet somewhere. Maybe not step on the carbon because it is really nice. It is really pretty. We all like carbon. Don't want to destroy it.
Seems like firewall or basically any type of sheet metal that we do is gonna be very, very time consuming.
It's very time consuming. Obviously, some of the easier flat stuff, like the floor stuff, like Taylor's gonna do, it's still time consuming, but it's pretty much all flat. Other than having to tab the chassis for that panel, it's not too terrible. But like what Danny's doing is, yeah, you can't rush it. It's got to fit right especially the way we do it, where we break the lip up and then tap it to the tube, makes it even a little more difficult than if we just welded tabs to the chassis and bolted it to the tabs. That would be easier, but it doesn't look as good, adds a little bit of weight, and this is not how I want to do it. So yeah, this way definitely is, it's time consuming, but honestly, Danny's really getting through it pretty quick. I think in total, he may have like 2 days total on the firewall, which is very good. When he's done with these pieces, that's really quick, honestly. 2 days, 2.5 days is quick.
2 days on the firewall, 2 days on this one piece.
Yeah, the bottom
not literally.
The bottom two panels are going to be even more difficult. Not necessarily. These two were difficult, but that same radius now, he's got to spread out in a much quicker area. Like he did this piece, right, which has all these breaks to get this radius, and then you have to get this radius with a tip and die on the bead roller. But now he still has to get this radius, but in this much of a distance, like he's trying to do there. So it's
Yeah. Oh yeah, cardboard just forms right around it. Not metal.
Titanium's is a different animal. You bend it, it wants to bend back. Sometimes it doesn't want to bend at all. It doesn't want to roll. It's different for sure. So thankfully, Danny's worked with a lot of it. We've worked with, I don't think we've done a car with a steel firewall, maybe one since I've been in business. So the rest of them have all been titanium. So we've kind of gotten the hang of what to do with that kind of stuff. But it's going to be a tricky one, so we'll see how it comes out.
All I did was find my point down here in the corner, found my point up here where the bend started, and it went over to where it touched, and then it wanted to go straight. So I just went and made a bunch of diagonal breaks all behind it, and it wrapped it right around, lays right flat there. This is not right. I got to extend my pattern out.
Yeah.
But then here, it had to roll back in a little bit, so I went from the same point here that it ended, and then broke it down to that corner. And some small like this is going to get real tight fit around here, so you can weld right around that. It's not going to get jammed back up in the corner.
Yeah.
You can just weld right around that and weld right up this, right. I can bolt that, or you can weld it, whatever, and then this here will be a little tighter fit, and you just weld right along the bottom. That'll lay in there good, because my problem has been this pedal piece is a little too far forward, welded on. So I had to cut back a little bit of this, and the only thing that's not right as far as cosmetics goes, I wanted the bottom of this to be even with the bottom of this.
Yeah.
And if I do that, it raises this whole thing up, and then that pedal mount gets into the metal. I'm sanding an angle on the bottom, so it'll clear like this. Camera knows about this.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, that'll work out good. Whoa, now I can go eat. I can relax.
Before you put that in, though, we can put the cap on.
Sure, that'd be a
I
benefit.
can do that. Yeah, I can do that first.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to cut any more off of that.
No, just put the cap on it and
Yep.
go from there.
Oh, that's going to work out fantastic. Now, if it just works in metal like it does in cardboard, we'll be in good shape.
You got it.
I got it.
He got it.
Yeah, I looked at it a while and I figured it out.
You did it. Am I going to be in trouble with this on camera? People are going to...
We're going to do steel and weld it.
Endorsement deal?
No, that's fine.
Because it'd be really hard to bolt this. And then with it being flat, it touched out here and then quit touching. Where it quit touching, that's where we stopped our brake. You just broke it all the way from that point to that point, and then from this point up to there, and there, and there, and there, and it laid right in. This, you can put a cap on it. I can lay this, make this fit right up tight. You can weld around this. Well, I got to add to this, and then make that a little tighter, weld across that. It just dropped it down. You can see a little lower than that.
Perfect. That looks great.
You know, that
Looks great.
that works.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I just looked at it and looked at it, and I'm trying to think, what's this thing wanting to do? And I couldn't tell until I actually made this cut.
Yeah,
And I go, oh, okay, let's try this. And it just laid right in.
that looks really good.
Yeah, I'm real happy.
I knew Danny would get it.
I love carbon.
Carbon looks amazing. And carbon looks even better, in my opinion, when a chassis offsets the carbon a little bit. So if you do a black chassis, the carbon just kind of, it's there. But if you do like a gunmetal gray or like a galaxy gray like we usually do on our chassis, then the carbon pops a lot. Then we do a lot of powder coat that's also like a satin black, which pops on the chassis. And then the titanium pops on the satin black. So yeah, the carbon looks really good with gray, especially. That's the best time, is when you see all the colors and everything start to come back together at the end, and they complement each other. When you do a black chassis, the titanium looks good on a black chassis, but then the carbon looks kind of bad. Doesn't look great.
Center, on center,
Yep.
and then scribe.
Okay.
Are you using these?
That'll work.
It just, to me, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That way I don't end up with a gap in the middle.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go.
Because it'll work out better because I can cover this since that's just a
Right.
hair short of center,
Yep.
and then I can scribe that in.
Perfect. Yep, that'll work. Like it.
Well, the D was palm from my left hand, she was a hole on my right. Well, I told her, don't get scared, 'cause you're gonna be spared. But I gotta be forgiven if I wanna stand my leather with the wrong woman in a blend dress. Just a fine, now beautiful song. Well, but just one look, I was a bad mess, 'cause that long blue woman had it all. 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 Had it all.
Go to the other side so I can hold.
Huh?
Go to the other side so I can hold it.
Keep. Where's your hand at?
I'll be up top over you.
Okay, all right. Thanks. Andrew drilled my hand one time, literally right into my finger.
Really?
Yeah. Not on purpose.
Andrew.
Not on purpose, obviously. But
Yeah.
it was, yeah. Huh?
What is that guy?
I don't remember what we were doing. Something on the hood or something. Go more toward the corner. Not on the bottom, but yeah, okay, okay. On these panels that go over to the quarter panel, the wheel tubs, including the wheel tubs, you don't want them super, super tight, because if they were really tight against the quarter panel and this thing got tire shake, it would actually crease the quarter panel, which I believe the old Mullet quarter panels actually have creases in them, and it's inevitable if it's super tight. So we leave about an 1/8 inch gap, and then when we seam seal them, it gives it a little room to move around before it'll start creasing that quarter panel. The last thing you want to do is have a $30,000, $40,000 paint job on a car that creases the quarter panel. So that's why we leave a tiny gap on this edge here, all the way from the bottom around the wheel tub and in the back. Yeah, I like it. All right, everyone, that's pretty much going to do it for today's episode. I know it was a really long episode, but a lot of you guys have asked for more detail, and especially from Danny. We really wanted to show you how long it takes and what goes into building just one piece, one small piece of the firewall. I mean, there's quite a bit of pieces that are here, and we want to show you exactly what goes into just making one piece. We got the firewall 100% done, other than tacking in the passenger side lower, which is fabricated. And we got the floor about 90% of the way done, and we are working our way back up to the wheel tubs in the back, which will also be carbon fiber. And this thing's starting to look like something. We'll probably be doing the windshield tube and the dash in the next video, possibly mounting the front end and doors, window net kit. It's really coming together. We got like maybe another few weeks, and this thing could be getting pretty close to powder coat. Before you know it, it's gonna be on the track. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.